We are getting a bit of a late start today because we spent the majority of the morning walking around and compiling a list of all the different things we have to get done.
The reason for that, and this is a little bit of a confession or admission on our part, is with all the projects and things that we get done around here, try to get done around here, we'll get like 98% of the way completed. That last 2 or 3%, we usually just check out and look at each other and say, oh, we'll get to that another time. When we have a free day or some free time, because that's so readily available around here.
It is seldom available around here, so what we've ended up with is a complete wake of destruction.
It's not, that's a little heavy-handed. It's not a wake of destruction. It's just some loose ends that need to be tied up.
I made a list.
Yeah, of course you did.
So the obvious next step in our home build is drywall, and we are so anxious to get started on that because it's when the inside of the home actually starts looking like a home. You're anxious?
I'm a little nervous about it, if I'm being honest.
I think I'm a little bit of both, but I am not ready to start that project until we get everything on this list done.
For sure. We got a lot to do. We have 2 days to get everything wrapped up. Let's get to work.
Is this our lumber?
That's our lumber.
How are you going to get into
You're going to grab a side of this harp. I'm going to grab a side of this harp. And if that doesn't work, we're going to need a shovel.
Or an ice pick.
Enough already.
All right, ready?
You win, Idaho.
Jeremy is working on digging out our lumber, and I'm thinking about the fact that not only do we have about 2 feet of snow on the ground, but we have another winter storm rolling through tonight. So they're saying that we could get another foot. We'll see what tonight brings, but we're definitely in a rush to get this done because in order to start our drywall, we need to be able to get the trailer out of here. We've spent the last couple days just plowing paths to the animals and so that we're not completely snowed in on the driveway. So all of this snow definitely drags out these projects because we have to spend days plowing in order to be able to come and go.
I got to it, but look, they disappear in the snow. All right, let's start checking some items off our to-do list here. So in the master wing, as well as in the kids' wings, we're gonna get started with drywall up on the ceiling. We're gonna be working perpendicular to all the trusses that we have set in place, and that should work out fine until we get to these exterior walls. We need something to screw into, and as it currently stands, we don't have anything there. So we're gonna be adding some 2x6s to the top of these double top plates. You can see we already have some that were set in place for the trusses. We need to fill in all the gaps in between there. Once those are in place, we should be good to go.
In the sky and fire in the air, desire burns between them. One big push is gonna get you there. Takes a stronger eye to see them. When you see it in front of you, in a silhouette up ahead.
While Jeremy gets some of those nail backers into place, I'm going to start working on some of the areas where we left insulation out. We've got different bays where there's no insulation just for various reasons. So over here, we had to leave all this insulation out until the HVAC was complete because they needed to hang the unit down in our crawl space. So now that that is done, I'm going to get this area taken care of, and then we may be ready to move to the other side of the house.
Sun goes down. You work the time between them. Far off land to your own hometown. You've been all around to see them.
All right, all of our backer supports are up on top of the wall. We're gonna go there. Let's go check it on Melissa and see how she's doing. How goes it, Mama?
It goes fine.
It's looking good. Is that the last one?
This is the last one.
All right, after that, you wanna work on the stovepipe?
Yeah, let's do that, and then we can be completely done insulating this room.
Sounds good. All right, Melissa did a great job of getting this corner all nice and buttoned up. Nice job, Mama. What are we working on next?
Now that it's a new year, I decided it's time to get rid of some Jeremy's old clothes.
Melissa, when I make a commitment, I stick to it.
And I appreciate that as your wife. However, it is very difficult to get Jeremy out of his beloved sweats. Luckily, I found Gym Plus Coffee, which means he gets his sweats, but he doesn't have to walk around looking like a total bum.
Gym Plus Coffee is an Irish athleisure and lifestyle brand that's not just focused on clothing, but also building a community to be part of. They facilitate fun events while having quality gear to match. Whether you're working out, lounging around the house, or on the move constantly, Gym Plus Coffee's clothing has you covered for all occasions.
We love Gym Plus Coffee because whether we are lounging around at home or we're headed into town, we can be comfortable but still be put together.
Yeah, it really is comfortable.
And the quality is awesome.
Gym Plus Coffee has so many items to choose from, but I've got to say, I think our favorites are these sweatshirts.
They are so soft and they come in so many fun colors.
You can shop Gym Plus Coffee online via their dedicated sites in the US, Australia, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and Europe. Planning for a sustainable future, Gym Plus Coffee is also on track to have 30% of their range be fully sustainable by the end of the year and are working on 100% fully compostable packaging. Click the link down in the description and use our code GSL for 20% off your first order at Gym Plus Coffee.
I definitely recommend checking out the sweatshirt so you won't regret it. So next we're going to tackle the hood vent pipe for my stove. So I'm really excited to show you guys the stove that we picked out, and it's got a really neat hood that's going to vent through our pantry and out the back wall. However, we want to make sure that the hood is centered with the room and the peak of the room, and as it stands now, the pipe is off by a few inches. So pretty quick fix, we just need to unscrew that and move the pipe over, and then we can get these cavities all insulated.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Jeremy, I just said it was an easy fix. You gotta make it look easy. Get it?
Finally, I got it. All right, Elf on the Shelf, what do you think?
No, I got rid of that little creep last month.
Are we centered? Are we good?
Yeah, I think it looks significantly better. So now it will line up nicely with the peak.
Perfect, moving on. I hear some tiny little footsteps coming into the house here. We get that stovepipe moved out of the way. Melissa's back here buttoning up the insulation on the exterior wall. She's gonna do the interior wall side as well, but here are the kiddos. You guys getting hungry? Why are you guys all wet? Were you playing in the snow? Getting hungry?
Mm-hmm.
Is Nevaeh inside cooking?
Yep.
What's she making?
Baked ziti.
Baked ziti?
Yep.
Sounds delicious. I think we're gonna wrap things up here and come inside, okay? All right. Hey, Melissa.
Yeah?
Are we gonna be done for the night after that?
Yeah, I think so. I'm hungry. Are you hungry?
I am starving, yeah.
And I hear Nevaeh's cooking us dinner.
Baked ziti.
Wow.
Fancy
Look at
cuisine. Little taste of Italy.
that. I'm liking this whole her learning how to cook thing.
That's been great.
Yeah, it's really good. I love eating anyone's cooking but my own.
I know I've mentioned it before, and we've spoken about it before, but Nevaeh has been such a huge help for us throughout this process. She's been very patient. I'm so very proud of her and everything it is that she's been willing to take on. She's getting older. She's maturing. She's kind of finding herself, finding her own way. And this cooking thing has just been really good for her. It's nice to see that she has her own personal interests and she's taking the time to develop those. So she's quite the cook. We're going to finish up in here, head inside, and have ourselves some baked ziti.
Baked ziti. Installation is finito.
Very nice, very nice.
How'd we do today? Bedroom nail backers. We got the stove vent. And we got the wall insulation.
I mean, that's great and all, but we still have a lot to do.
It's going to be a really long day tomorrow.
Long day it is.
That snow is really starting to come down.
It is. See how much we get overnight.
Well, last night we got another maybe like 7 to 8 inches. So nothing too crazy, but on top of the 2 feet that we already have on the ground, it is a lot of snow. So my path that Jeremy plowed me out to the horses and out to the sheep is pretty deep. It's probably a foot, but it's not the thigh deep that I had a couple days ago. So I like it. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna go let the horses out for the day. Jeremy's already in the house working. And then we are going to get started and we are going to knock off every single thing on this list so that we can finally get started on drywall. Quick little update on Lexon. Anyone that's been following our channel knows that when we got him, we were really struggling with him. He wasn't letting us catch him or ride him, or he just didn't want anything to do with us. And so I started to think that maybe he wasn't going to be a good match for our family, and I made the decision to sell him. And I had a buyer coming to pick him up the next week, and the reality of that struck me, and I thought, I don't know where he's going, and I don't know if I'm just setting him up to fail, and I don't want him to drive down the driveway and never know what happens to him. And I just knew there was a better side to him and that something was just wrong and we needed to figure it out. And so we've just been really, really patient with him. And we've been doing a lot of talking, and we've been doing a lot of really gentle groundwork and really gentle riding. He is a very, very gentle soul, and he needs you to be very gentle with him and very slow with him. And that's what he's been responding to. And it's been awesome. He's such a funny horse now that he's warming up. And that's our quick little update. I'm gonna let these boys out to go get their breakfast, and I'm gonna get back to work. All right, mister. Go ahead. Be free, man. Morning farm chores are done. I'm gonna go join Jeremy.
Hey, welcome back. What took so long?
I had to change.
You had to change? Why? Soaking wet?
I got soaked. It wasn't snowing when I went out there, and then it started dumping.
Unrelenting. This is insane.
Yeah. So what did you get done?
I got more random insulation just put up here and there. I'm gonna move on. I need to find some 2x4s outside. They're buried in the snow because I need another backer support on the closet. So
You're gonna go dig?
start digging. Two by four. Oh, wait,
Oh. You're never gonna find anything out here.
it's here somewhere.
It's like an Easter egg hunt. Jeremy's going to plow our entire driveway in search of the elusive 2x4.
What?
Let's just use a 2x6.
I'm almost there though.
You're never gonna find it.
Hey, they're under here somewhere.
They're under there somewhere. Use a 2x6. Unfortunately, this is where our 2x6s are.
Also buried.
This is our list. We've got the afternoon to get it all done. We're gonna work on the kids' closets, and then we're gonna move on. We're gonna mark off everything on this list today.
The world looks better when it's you and I. The days feel brighter with you by my side. I'm your roly-poly, you're my firefly. The world looks better when it's you and I.
Kids closet backers, done.
And you're my compass on this crazy ride. The world looks better when it's you and I, you and I, you and I. The world looks better when it's you and I, you and I, you and I. The world looks better when it's you and I.
Next.
You want to do the attic access next?
Sure thing, let's do it.
I'm your Jupiter and your star. We strung in harmony like two guitars. When we're together, we don't even try.
Right, I got our attic access completed here in the utility room. We're gonna move over and get the second one set up in the master closet.
You and I.
Thanks once again, Heidi.
Welcome, Kim.
It's been a while since I've Heidi you.
You've Heidi-hoed me?
The Heidi Ho. Whoa.
That sounded so wrong. I feel like at this point in my life, I'm actually more of a Jill.
Jill, you're beyond Jill, Melissa. Jill only had 3 kids. You got 4.
Right now, you look like Wilson. There you go.
So we've got 2 separate attic spaces, like I mentioned before, and this little hatch access, whatever it's called. I don't know how people refer to it, but basically this little access hatch is 2 feet in width, and I made them 3 feet long. It'll allow for us to put little small items and get them stored, tucked away up here, so it's outside.
Flowers in the attic.
What?
You've never seen Flowers in the Attic?
No.
It's a super creepy movie about a grandma that stores a bunch of kids up there and feeds them poison cookies.
The only attic reference I know would be like Anne Frank. If we ever need to Anne Frank here in North Idaho, this is where we'll be.
Oh, good, yeah.
Don't come crawling up this hatch.
Tell the people.
Snack time?
Yeah. I'm falling asleep out here.
Let's do it. It's one of those days.
I think we're tired.
I know we're tired and cold.
Yeah, we need a little cinnamon jelly heart to up our energy. I wait all year for these because I love Valentine candies and I love cinnamon gummies. Like those little cinnamon gummy bears. Do you know what I mean? The little hard ones. They're like waxy.
So we've been really struggling today and yesterday just with motivation, trying to get stuff done, and really just trying to keep ourselves motivated. I know that tonight I have to plow overnight. That usually takes me a couple hours, so I have that to look forward to. Just
That'll warm you up.
Nothing's really been working smoothly these past couple days. Camera broke.
It did.
So we're on a backup camera right now.
We're on Jeremy's cell phone right now.
I made some mistakes with just real simple things, cutting things to length. Just it's been a rough couple days.
Yeah. Well, and then also with these odds and end projects, I mean, part of the stress, I think, was letting them all pile up on us. I already ate half of that one. There you go. So it does feel good to be getting these done and be knocking them off the list. But at the same time, we've been out here all day yesterday and then all day today. And like I was just telling Jeremy, I don't feel like I did that much today because everything's just like these really intricate little things. But when you stand back, it doesn't look any different.
I'd rather frame something and stand back at the end of the day and have, you know, that big impactful, like, yeah, I did something. Look, I put a structure up.
What I don't like is like adding little pieces of insulation, spending a day doing nail backers. Like to me, that is not exciting. It's just, it has to be done. So we're doing it. I don't know that we're going to get our list done. It's already getting dark. We might have a 3rd day of this stuff.
Unacceptable.
So for this gable end, it's a little bit different than the other insulating we've been doing because each piece has an angle to it. So I'm cutting all the pieces, Jeremy's slapping them up. We're gonna get this done before we go in and eat.
Hopefully.
If you gain the whole world, yet you lose your soul, you've gained nothing. Or in our case, if we build our dream homestead, but we lose track of why, it's all for nothing.
Well, we got one side done. You want to finish the other side tonight?
Not tonight, Mama.
Done.
We're good. Enough's enough.
All right. Well, we didn't get the nail backers up either. Are we working tomorrow?
You know what? Let's just have a family day. How's that sound? I miss the kids.
Me too.
Didn't see them all day today.
All right. We got a lot done.
We let 3 full days of projects pile up. And yesterday, I was asking myself, how did we let this happen? But then as we did nothing but work for the last 2 days, we both realized it's because life happened.
Eli, did you see how much snow is out the window?
Yeah.
How high is it?
Higher than me.
It seriously is higher than you.
I know.
Where's Austin in there?
It was.
We walked away from many jobs because it was time for family dinner. Or we didn't get back to doing nail backers because we instead spent the day with our children and our animals. So even now, try as we did, we didn't complete everything on the list. But we started to miss why we came out here in the first place. So tonight, we decided it was good enough. We never want to be so focused on building a life that we miss it as it's happening. That list will be here, waiting for us. But our kids, every day that passes is one less day that we have them at home. So for tonight and for tomorrow, the list can wait.